I'm hoping that you found that article by Kathleen Ventall to be helpful as you consider behaviorism as a tool for your classroom to help your kids to be successful, while also recognizing that every tool, every theory has its limits. So knowing the best tool to use with each student in a particular circumstance or context is really important. So what I would like to do now is kind of continue on with that wrap up of behaviorism. And I would like you to get out your learning theory chart and fill out that first line. So the first top left-hand corner, you'll write behaviorism. And then I'd like you to jot down the key people and all of the different categories that are listed there. I also would like you to, if you haven't already done so, complete quiz 10 and also reflection 10. Keep in mind that all of the reflections from this point on in the semester are going to go toward your learning theory reference guide. So you're basically reflecting on what makes sense to you. What do you think about this theory? Positives, negatives, all of that. You're basically telling me what you think of it and some evidence to support that based on the different things that we've talked about. So it's different than the summary graphic where you're just telling us the nuts and bolts of it and just what is it. And now you're telling me what you think about it. So that's what you're going to be doing in reflection 10. One page is plenty. So think about what's most important that you want to tell me about your understanding of it and where you land on behaviorism. It's okay to have different opinions about it. I just want to know what you're processing around this theory and using it. So if you need to do those pieces, you can pause this video now and continue on here shortly. So the next theory is social cognitive theory, and Albert Bandura is the guy kind of leading the way with this theory. So when you think of social cognitive theory, I want you to consider what are some things that come to mind. Social is obviously with other people, right? Cognitive is how we think. So if we were to synthesize all of that, we're thinking about social cognitive theory is social settings impacting how we think about things. And Bandura had some really insightful things to say about that. And social cognitive theory is continuing to be used in classrooms today in different ways. Lots of theorists, lots of psychologists have continued to study branches of social cognitive theory as we learn more about the brain. But this is one that we think is really applicable to a classroom setting because we learn with and from each other in so many different ways. So I want you to look at these two pictures and try and articulate which one has more of a negative connotation to it and what has more of a positive connotation to it. And then I want you to think about what causes you to think that, to make sense of the image there. You're probably looking at that top picture and thinking he has kind of a mischievous look on his face and it looks like he is taking something in a store. And the other one, it looks as though these people are really happy to be helping someone, right? So how other people are perceived around us changes how we think about things. What if the picture isn't what it communicates, right? What if that guy is just putting something away and just happens to have kind of a mischievous look on his face? Maybe he's not actually taking something. We don't know, right? It's our perception. Same thing with the other picture. Maybe they're smiling about doing this, but maybe they were really arguing about why did they commit to this right before they got there, right? So we only can perceive what's in front of us, right? But we also have to be aware of how that might change our thinking about things when we have different perceptions. So you all are going to be watching a video called the Bobo Doll Experiment. And this was led by Albert Bandura. So I'm going to have you watch the video, which will be clipped in your online lesson. And then we'll come back on the other side of it and do a little bit of reflection.